Hey everybody, Amitabha Metalov here. I love you, and that's why I'm sharing this video with you talking about a report that came out from the World Health Organization yesterday, citing that eating animal products causes cancer, specifically red meat and processed meat. And I'll define what that means. I'm actually going to read the report for you. I just want to talk for a minute about why I get to talk about this. First of all, we all have the right to say whatever we want. We all have free speech. This is my YouTube channel. It's my Facebook page I'm sharing this on. And secondly, half of my family on my dad's side, my entire family on my dad's side has died from cancer or lifestyle diseases such as heart disease or Alzheimer's. They're all gone. There's nobody left on my dad's side of the family. My dad died last year. Actually, in a couple days, it's going to be the anniversary of his death on the 30th. He died of heart disease and cancer and liver failure. Had a whole bunch of things wrong with him, but he did have cancer. He had 22% functioning of his heart. Now, you might say, well, heart disease isn't caused by animal products, but it is. They have done many studies where they take people and they have heart disease and they put them on a whole foods plant-based diet, and it reverses the heart disease every time. So it can completely or partially reverse heart disease, switching to a whole foods plant-based diet and removing all animal products from your diet. And so this is more than enough evidence to make the statement that eating animal products is the cause of heart disease. Now, there are a lot of people that eat meat, paleo people that eat meat, that will say, no, it's because of the antibiotics, or it's because of this. It's not. They've done these studies with animal products that are not factory farm. They've done them with studies with animal products that haven't been given additional antibiotics. So it's the actual meat itself that causes heart disease. And this report from the World Health Organization proves that it's meat itself that causes cancer as well. So my aunt died of cancer. She ate animal products. My other aunt died of cancer. She was a vegetarian. I believe she still had cheese. And possibly milk. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on that, though. There are other causes of cancer. This is the fact. But I hear it all the time. I hear people that get cancer, they say, well, what's the point in changing my diet? You're going to die of something, and I might as well enjoy my food. Even if it does cause cancer. But this is a good way to look at it. There are many poisons in this world, but plant foods do not cause cancer. Eating a whole foods plant-based diet does not cause cancer. And the way I look at it is, I say, well, if there's a bottle of poison and it causes cancer by drinking it, aka eating meat or cheese or dairy or any other animal products, if I continue to do that, even though there are other poisons that I might not know are there, there might be poisons in the air that are contributing to things. I know this one causes cancer. And just because there are other ones that you're not aware of, doesn't mean you should continue having this one that does for sure cause cancer. So we have to make wise decisions. My uncle died of heart disease, my Uncle Derry, and my grandmother died of it's so funny, I don't remember it. She died of Alzheimer's. And there's much evidence showing that switching to a whole foods plant-based diet reverses Alzheimer's as well, and which is evidence that either eating animal products contributes to or causes Alzheimer's also. There are other factors as well in Alzheimer's, however. But there's evidence showing that the atherosclerotic plaque in the brain constricting the blood vessels, cutting off blood flow and nutrients is a cause for Alzheimer's. Also, atherosclerotic plaque, that's hard to say, in the penis is the cause of erectile dysfunction, aside from mental factors. But in actual erectile dysfunction, they're finding atherosclerotic plaque in the capillaries and veins of the penis. And so actually erectile dysfunction is now an official early warning sign of heart disease. So you don't have these problems on a plant-based diet. Whole foods plant-based diet, I should say. So I'm going to go ahead and read the report now. I'm sharing this not to be on my vegan high horse, but because I really don't want you to die from cancer. I don't want anybody else on my other side of the family to die from cancer, or any of my other relatives or friends to die from cancer or heart disease, when it's absolutely unnecessary. Yes, everybody's going to die, but we don't have to die from known causes early. My dad was the oldest to die in the family at 64 years old. My aunt died at 50. My other aunt died at 57. My other aunt, she died of cancer as well, breast cancer, and I believe it was breast cancer. And breast cancer is directly linked to constipation and wine drinking, and animal product consumption as well. So the absorption reabsorption of bile is directly linked to breast cancer, and that happens when you're not expelling your fecal matter quickly enough. And that happens when you don't have enough fiber, also known as not eating enough plant foods, also known as eating too many animal products which have zero fiber. So again, it all comes down to plant foods don't cause cancer, whole plant foods don't cause cancer, animal products do. I'm going to read the evidence here. Okay, so processed meat was classified as carcinogenic to humans. Absolutely. This is not possibly. Based on sufficient evidence in humans that the consumption of processed meat causes colorectal cancer. It says earlier on that consumption of red meat probably is carcinogenic to humans based on limited evidence that the consumption of red meat causes cancer in humans and a strong mechanistic evidence supporting carcinogenic effect. This is from 22 experts from 10 countries all over the world. This is an official report from the World Health Organization saying that processed meat causes colorectal cancer, and there's strong mechanistic evidence supporting the carcinogenic effect of red meat. I'll show you what red meat actually means later on in the report here. It also says the consumption of red meat greatly varies between countries, with a few percent up to 100% of people eating red meat, depending on the country, and somewhat lower proportions eating processed meat. The experts concluded that each 50 gram portion of processed meat eaten daily increases the risk of colorectal cancer by 18%. Forgive me for not saying colorectal very many times in my life. So each 50 gram portion, which is not very much, it's very, very little, increases your risk of colorectal cancer by 18%. That's huge, huge. For an individual, the risk of developing colorectal cancer because of their consumption of processed meats remains small, but this risk increases with the amount of meat consumed. In the view of the large number of people who consume processed meat, the global impact on cancer incidence is of public importance. Okay? So the IARC working group considered more than 800 studies that investigated associations of more than a dozen types of cancer with the consumption of red meat or processed meat in many countries and populations with diverse diets. The most influential evidence came from large prospective cohort studies conducted over the past 20 years. So these are long studies. These are not like 6-month studies. They're 20-year studies. These findings further support current public health recommendations to limit intake of meat. At the same time, red meat has nutritional value. Therefore, these results are important in enabling governments and international regulatory agencies to conduct risk assessments in order to balance the risk benefits of eating red meat and processed meat to provide the best possible dietary recommendations. Now, this is challenging for them to say. Because they have to be somewhat politically correct here. Now, to state that red meat has nutritional value, of course it has nutritional value. Cardboard has nutritional value. Eating grass has nutritional value. You can't survive on it. It has protein in it. The body needs protein. So that's all they're saying, is that there's nutritional value. So it has protein. So what? So if you took a multivitamin and put it in a log of shit, it would have nutritional value. In fact, a log of shit in and of itself has nutritional value. There's food matter in there. You would get nutritional benefit from eating a log of shit, but you'd also get a lot of nutritional detriment. So it doesn't really mean much when they say red meat has nutritional value. It also causes heart disease, 100%. It also causes cancer, 100%. So to say that it has nutritional value doesn't really mean much when you can get all your proteins and all your amino acids in amino acid form from plant products. So eating animal products is a step removed from what you actually need. It has to convert it from protein to amino acids so that you can use it. Your body can't use protein. It needs amino acids. So why not eat amino acids themselves, right from fruits and vegetables and nuts and beans and seeds. So eat bean pasta, like black bean pasta. It's so good. It has so much protein and it's in the form of amino acids. So the recommendations here that it has nutritional value doesn't really say much. So red meat refers to all types of mammalian muscle, such as beef, veal, pork, lamb, mutton, horse, and goat. Processed meat refers to meat that has been transformed through salting, curing, fermentation, smoking, and other processes to enhance flavor or improve preservation. Most processed meats contain pork or beef, but processed meats may also contain other red meats, poultry, offal, or meat byproducts such as blood. Examples of processed meat include hot dogs, frankfurters, ham, sausages, corned beef, biltong, I don't know what that is, or beef jerky, as well as canned meats and meat-based preparations and sauces. So this is very, very damning evidence against the big meat and dairy industries. So they have to be very careful with what they state here. But they've stated enough that if you continue eating animal products, you're choosing to get cancer. I know that's a very bold statement to say, but there are plenty of other foods to eat. Just as you don't have to choose to wear wool or leather because it 100% will kill animals. Animals will die because of that. And I used to think, well, they're going to die anyways because they get killed for meat production, so why not wear leather, right? That's not true. They get killed just for the leather. And even still, it doesn't matter that all of the parts were used. The fact is the animal wanted to live. The animal had the desire for life, and the animal felt pain, And so we don't have the right to take that away from somebody. And an animal is a somebody, just like you are. And remember, we are all animals. So animals have rights too. Animals have feelings too. There are other choices. You do not have to eat animal products. If you eat animal products, you're choosing to contribute to or cause yourself to get cancer and heart disease. And this is a scientific fact. This is not an opinion, even though I'm telling you this. Just because you might not believe it, just because you might disagree with me, doesn't negate the science. It doesn't negate the facts. And the World Health Organization, being the largest health body in the world, bringing out this report should be enough for you to understand and make a conscious decision to overcome your sense desires for taste. You can't taste food when you're dead. So think about it. Don't get cancer. I mean, there are things you can do to prevent it. There are things you can do to reverse it. And if you have cancer, stop eating things that cause cancer. If you don't have it, stop eating things that cause cancer. Prevention is the best medicine. It's much harder to reverse things once you have a condition, but it is possible. I love you, and I hope you take this with an open heart. I hope you don't just write this off because I'm vegan and he's just on his vegan high horse. I really care about you. Do you think that posting these kind of things on Facebook is good for my popularity? Do you think it's good for my relationships? It's not. The best thing I could do would be post pictures of myself smiling and memes that make people feel good. But I don't do that because there are more important things in life than trying to be popular, than trying to get people to feel good based on things that they agree with. We have to take an honest look at this world. We have to really be the change we want to see in the world. We have to make hard changes. It was easier for me to go vegetarian at first, and then gradually I went vegan because of the animals. And for health. I mean, I was eating pizza still with cheese, and my face would break out really bad every time I ate cheese. So I was like, forget this, and I would get all congested and stuffed up, and I just like, so I just stopped eating cheese, and then I was at a grocery store, and I would get smoked salmon, and I saw a whole fish, and I was like, that's a fish, fish like to swim, not to be eaten. If fish could talk, they wouldn't say, eat me. I mean, let's grow up and stop thinking that we can just honor animals and it's okay. And it's just so hypocritical. We're speciesist, and we think that just because we're not the same species, it's okay to honor them and kill them. It's no more okay to kill animals and eat them than it is to kill babies or humans and eat them. It's exactly the same. When you have sufficient food to eat that's healthier than eating animal products, it doesn't make any sense. We can't look to other animals in the animal kingdom. They can't, certain animals don't have the ability to eat plant-based diets. Our digestive system is set up. We have amylase enzyme in our mouth to digest carbohydrates. So we have the ability to live healthfully and to thrive on whole food plant-based diets. I'd rather eat processed plant-based diets than eat animal products. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's 1,000 times better than eating animal products. I would really love to see you eat mostly whole plant-based foods. I need to eat more whole foods myself, but certainly stop eating food that is 100% contributing to and causing cancer. This is enough evidence for you to make the decision. If you want more evidence, I'll post a couple of links to some documentaries below, like Forks Over Knives. Watch Cowspiracy. on Netflix. If you want more leverage for your mind, if you can't overcome your mind, animal product consumption is the number one cause of deforestation. It's the number one cause of soil erosion. It's the number one cause of greenhouse gas emission. So it's the number one cause of environmental destruction as well. So we're intelligent people. You're an intelligent person. So don't be driven by your lower desires. Don't be driven by your desire for sensual fulfillment. Just as you could go and, take a woman and rape her, or a child and rape her, you could do that and you might get aroused. You might be sexually fulfilled. It might be disgusting, but I'm just talking reality here. You could become aroused if you took a woman. People do it, or a child. People do it. It's disgusting, but they can become aroused. They can have pleasure doing disgusting things, doing harmful things. And that's the same thing with eating animal products. It's disgusting and it's harmful. It really is. So we need to grow up as a society, as a species, and stop doing what is disgusting and harmful, and abhorrent. I mean, I just really think that, we're really an immature species, and I mean, this might be enough evidence for you to make a mature and wise decision for yourself. Following sensual pleasures, they pass after you're done eating that burger, that steak, or that piece of chicken. The taste is gone. They're temporal pleasures being fulfilled by our senses, at the detriment and harm and suffering of other beings, and to ourselves, to our future health. So why not eat food? Why not eat plant food that is still pleasurable, that's still delicious, and oftentimes even better, and it has a positive effect on the environment, has a positive effect on our future health, has a positive effect on the health of animals and the well-being of animals. So I love you. I hope you take this to heart and consider it with an open mind. Thank you so much for listening, and you have yourself a great day.